What's up, guys? I'm down at EFSI Specialties, and I should have done this earlier, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna catch it now. There is the block that I sold MRH. We're gonna pull this block apart, but the reason I'm here is I took out the original, very first ModernRedHemi cam, and that's gonna go in Frankenstein. So more to come. It is not a comp cams, but I put it here in my comp cams box. So I'll show you guys that. There it is. We got the original ModernRedHemi cam for the 5.7. So if this engine does really well, the one that I'm putting together, it will be a full collaboration between myself and EFI Specialties. This will be 100% done in-house. Obviously, the cam was done by Built for ModernRedHemi, and we know what that car did. It's gone 980s. So that should be cool. My 5.7 that I'm building, I expect it to do just as good, if not better. So more to come. Hopefully I can get started on assembling my engine this weekend. This was the first step. So it is 3 o'clock in the morning and my wife is going to kill me. So I'm heading home now. But yeah, I will be putting the original ModernRedHemi cam in this 5.7 and we are gonna let her rip. More to come. Kind of get after it. So oh, that was kind of loose. That one very tight. Man, what the world was I thinking? These don't look terrible. Here's the valve. There's a little bit of whatever on that guy, but the rest of them are super clean. So these heads aren't horrible. It looks like this was there always, so I probably should have had that cleaned. But yeah. Continue on. I had to speed this up. Just real quick, just a reminder, these are 5.7 heads. These are stock Eagle heads with just, I put the Mopar Performance springs in them. So they're 650 inch lift, supposedly from Mopar. I have the part number. I'll have to look and see what I can find about that. But the 6.1 heads that we're gonna do, hopefully we can port them next weekend. If it happens, I'll film that process as well. Built's gonna probably at least get them started for me, and then I'll finish them off. Hopefully, but we're not there, so I don't want to talk about that. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom for these deals. So just a FYI. Installation will be the reverse of this, so I don't know if I'm going to record that or not. I'll probably just do it and chop up the video. But these are going to go on the 6-1 heads, which are in this box right here. These boxes behind me are the 6-1 heads, and then this is the aluminum valve covers that I have for it that have again, Mac built hooking me up as always. He welded in a bung. So this is for the passenger side, and it goes on like that. As you can see here, that's a -8 or -10 bung for evap, and then he's got a baffle in it right there. So it's pretty badass, and it looks just like the factory one. It bolts in. It uses the same style bolts right here, 8mm. Everything is exactly like factory. So this is a really trick product that Mac Build is going to start offering, and when he does, I'll post the link in the description for you guys to buy it. But as of right now, you can't buy it, at least not with the bungs welded in. That's something that he's doing custom, and I want to showcase his product. And Dave does Dave at EFI Specialties. He does my tuning for me. He helps keep me straight because I'm an idiot and I just try to turn up all the boost. Dave's like, no, Jay, don't blow your motor, and I still end up blowing my motor, but whatever. So this one we should be, if I do this right, we should be fairly safe to run 20 pounds of boost with ease with this motor. The old one, not so much. This is just a lot of content. All right, awesome. So look, guys, it came off with the gasket attached, which some people might say, oh, that's not good, but that's perfect because there's no, stand by, gotta answer the phone. It's probably my wife. All right, guys, so I just cleaned these up a little bit. They were kind of dirty, not as dirty as I thought they would be, but yeah. So here we are, my little storage area. We got the passenger side head gasket and exhaust manifold gasket, the driver's side exhaust and head gasket, and the exhaust manifold. The passenger side manifold is down at EFI. Obviously the turbos, driver side, passenger side, the dumps, which are probably not going to go back on. Probably going to do full exhaust, just so that we can pass inspection, and then I'll take it off after to go racing. Then we got way in the back, we got the charge tube that Mac built for us. That's where we're at. The next deal I got to do is take off this front piece. That's pretty simple. That's I think those are 15 mils. Let me see what size they are. It might be 13 mil. I don't know. Probably 13 mil. Let's see. Yep, 13 mil. So here's this deal right here. 313 mil.
I'll show you guys how this goes on. Obviously, I gotta clean this up because it's filthy dirty. So we don't want anything filthy dirty. I've got some spare ones too, but I need the bolts no matter how you look at it. I'll probably just clean them all up, to be honest with you. These heads need to be cleaned too. I'm going to use these on a different build. These heads need to be cleaned. Big time. Alright, there it is. I don't know what the thread pitch on these guys are, but there we go. That's done. I will clean this. You know what? I'm probably going to replace that deal right there. It's got a little nick in it. It's not going to affect anything, but I just don't want to put this car together with anything that's not new. So I'll deal with that. That's the right one there.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. This is the actual driver's side, this top one, head, where it goes. So, and the way you can tell is by looking at this little 3-port deal. On the passenger side, these are not drilled. It'll have that same deal, but it's not drilled and tapped. So that's how you know it's a driver's side. Yeah. And then obviously there's the intake and there's the exhaust because it sits on the car the way, you know, obviously you have to have the driver's side go. And we know that this is a driver's side because I just pulled it. So this guy is disassembled as far as I'm going to take it. For now, I got to set it on the floor over there next to the other one and next to the BGE heads that I still got to disassemble. Let me show you what else we got going on too today, besides trying to take the transmission out, which we'll get to that here in a little bit. Here is the final boss version of the 6.4 for Frankenstein. Here is the MMX drop-in block. So if you guys remember, I got the piston in here from MMX and I set it up. This one's actually ready to go. It actually has the rings on it, everything. The pin is in there, the locks. This is gonna go into the number 8 bore. And then in here, shout out to MMX for always getting stuff to me pretty quickly. Not quite as quick as my boys at HHP, but quicker than East Coast Moparts, who all of those guys I love. Like, I love East Coast Moparts, I love HHP, and I'm starting to have an appreciation for MMX, with the exception of the fact that MMX, you know, they sent me the rod that I need from Molnar with the lubrication too inside there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it has the lubrication in there, which is way more than enough. I ended up getting a pen because I needed a pen the last time. It didn't come with a pen. If you look in here, you'll see there's retaining locks, but those did not come from MMX. I got those from my boy Chris at Clinton Machine Shop, and I'd like to say shout out to Chris on camera now because he's amazing and he's always looking out for me. But here is another piston from MMX, and I suspect that it's the same part number. I believe it is. Like, I gotta take it out to read it, but it looks like it's the same part number. So we have everything we need to get this deal straight. Well, sorta. We have everything we need. I gotta obviously put that together. And I've got to fix, I'm going to show you guys real quick because I haven't shown you guys this on camera yet. Get in there. So I did some inspection on this deal, and if you look right here, you can see a little bit, you can't catch your fingernail on it, so I have to polish that journal, which is the main side. And I have to polish this journal. This one does have a little bit of catching, so I'm gonna have to see if I can bring that out. I'm gonna do this myself. I'm not gonna send it to the machine shop. I'm I've watched a bunch of stuff on how to home polish, so I'm gonna sand all of this down. I'm gonna have to take every single piston out. That's the other thing that I didn't talk about that kind of frustrates me, but it is what it is. I've got to take all the pistons out to pull the crank, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna block off in there the oil squirters, and then we're gonna polish the crank up by hand here, and then we'll reinstall with all new bearings. And then that's what these are. These are rod bearings. I'm gonna get all new main bearings for the crank, and then we'll go from there. I don't know. Oh, there we go, right there. These ones are all C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully this will show up, but that's awesome. I'm gonna have to pull that out. So C's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 C's. Hopefully that will show up. Yeah, it is showing up. So I'm gonna order all new Hellcat bearings for it, which are coated. And we're gonna go from there. So that's where I'm at with the MMX block. And then I also have to get one main cap, which coincidentally, I have a trashed engine. So I'm gonna pull the main caps out of this, the one main cap out of this, and put it in the MMX block, and then I'll put our main studs in it, because factory, it's not worth it for me to get the factory bolts. I'll just spend 100, 200 bucks and get the main studs, and then I'll make sure that that crank doesn't walk or anything doesn't happen. I don't know how that happened, but I'm just gonna do what I need to do to make sure it's good. So that's where I'm at. We're just gonna get bearings, and then we gotta get a ring package for this deal. I'm seriously thinking about pulling the cam out of the 5.7, which is my comp 270, and sliding it in this, and then this deal will be just a ready standby spare block, ready to go in any one of my Hemi vehicles. So I'm really happy with how this turned out, and it'll be forged, so we're in good shape. I'll take and put all of the sensors for this one in here from out of that engine, put them in here, so it's ready to go. It's all 2013 and above stuff, which is awesome. And yeah, this is turning out to be a really, really good purchase. I got this for 800 bucks with 6 really good piston and rods, and I just had to put 1 piston. Well, actually it was 7 good pistons, 7 good rods, 6 good pistons. I had to put 1 piston in, which is the one that's on top right there, and then I bought a whole piston and rod ring combination here. I'll put bearings in it and clean it all up, and I think I will have a solid standby block. I'm probably gonna send this to Clinton and have them clean it as well. I don't need it bored or honed or anything. I'll just have them clean it. And I'm actually seriously considering taking the Final Boss engine apart. I should have brought it to Clinton a while ago before I assembled it, but I'm thinking about taking this guy apart and sending it and having it cleaned as well. And the reason being is I got to take it apart to get the oil squirters out, because I'm going to block those off as well. And the reason I do the oil squirter block offs is due to the fact that if you block the oil squirters off, you can get higher oil pressure and more volume, which will be good under boost and under the conditions that I plan on running these engines. I think it's just a better solution. The 5.7s don't use squirters. We find they run for hundreds of thousands of miles, so there's no reason why a 6.4 shouldn't. And then when you stroke the 6.4s, you have to remove the oil squirters anyway, because the longer stroke ends up having interference with the squirter. So long story short is we're going to put a really good milling high volume, high pressure oil pump on there. We're going to plug the oil squirters up, and that should give us enough oil pressure and volume to never have an issue with oiling. And we proved that with Don's vehicle. Going to Rocky Mountain Race Week and running over 1,200 miles and running several 10-second passes and 2 9-second passes in 100+ degree weather. So the concept works. But before I finish, I just want to show you how clean E85 works again. I'll never stop saying that. Look at these pistons. They are phenomenal. So that's the driver's side. And then over here again is the passenger side. Hold on, let me. Oh, that's good right there. You got all of them. That's the passenger side. And I gotta tell you, man, that's super, super clean. There's like really no issues at all there. So from a piston standpoint, my pistons are good. I'm pretty confident that the issue with this is going to be bearing related, either main or rod bearing. I don't know which one, but we're gonna find out more when I get the engine out and do another video on that. So with that said, that's gonna do it for this one. 3 Pedal J saying rev her up, dump the clutch, grab a gear, disappear. Peace.